Originally, I was going to talk about Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue on Game Boy Color, but instead, we were going to talk about Power Rangers on Game Boy and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie on Game Boy instead. Let's talk about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on Game Boy first. This game came out in 1994, and unlike the other versions of this game, it's made by Tom Crate out of all developers. Instead of 7 levels of the Super Nintendo game, the Game Boy version is 5 levels, and it ends with a Megazord battle against the villain of the show. I'll get to that later on. There's really not a whole lot to talk about this game, except that it's a really short game. There's only 5 stages, and the game can get a little frustrating. Let me explain why. These putties can actually do some damage by just simply running over you or running into you. Seriously, you can end up dying very quickly in this game. And another problem, if you die in the Ranger section, you have to start it all over again. Thankfully, if you're in the Megazord section of the level, you don't have to worry about that. It just starts over the battle, so no worries about it. There's another thing I want to note is that the bonus stages are important to do. You see, these bonus levels are your lifesaver. If you actually end up doing very well, you'll get more health in the next level. If you do really poor, you won't get as much health in the next level. So, you must do these bonus levels very well. You're gonna need them. Nothing too much to talk about the graphics because after all, it's a Game Boy game, but if you have the Super Game Boy, it allows a color palette, so if you're the Red Ranger, the game is red. So now let me get to the whole boss thing. You actually fight the villain to the show. This is the only time I think that you could actually fight Rita Repulsa. That's pretty cool if you ask me. Also, it's one of these annoying games where you have to beat it on its hardest difficulty to get the true ending. You just get a congrats screen, but if you beat it on its hardest, you get the credits roll. Why they did that, I have no idea. Good news is there are passwords to get that ending. Just go the hard mode, use the password on level 5, and you're good to go. So overall, there's really not a whole lot to talk about this game. It's just mediocre at best. It's a very short game. You could beat it in about 25 to 30 minutes, and it can be a little frustrating. It's just meh. Now, this is the Power Rangers game I really wanted to talk about. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie on Game Boy. And the reason I really want to talk about this game in particular, it's just gotten a really bad reputation as of late. Mainly because of AVGN's review on it, claiming it's one of the worst Power Ranger games that he has played due to the infamous sand level and alongside of questionable level design. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, I don't see where this game is bad. In fact, I actually think it's pretty good. So let me address the elephant in the room, the sand part. Yes, it can be pretty annoying, but all you have to do is just do 2 punches and then a sweeping low kick. That's it. If you do it really fast, you could really have a lot of room against that, whatever that thing is chasing you, a bulldozer or whatever. So now onto the actual game itself. The game, unlike the last game, this time around you get to select your 5 levels, and after you complete it, you fight Ivan Ooze. And just like the Super Nintendo game, this game really has nothing to do with the movie. You start off in your ninja outfit, but when your power meter is boosted up and hit the select button, you morph into your Power Ranger, and you can do a lot more damage. You better do this when you get to the bosses, because let me tell you something, if you're fighting the bosses in your ninja outfit, you're gonna get your ass beat a lot. This game is really easy, actually. I didn't really have too much trouble beating this game, except for the sand part a little bit. The minecart section, which all you have to do is just walk right next to the minecart. You don't have to jump or anything. And the last level, Ivan Ooze. Ivan Ooze's last level is pretty frustrating a little bit, mainly because you have to rematch all the bosses again. So there's that. So yeah, as far as the controls go, there are a little bit of issues with the controls, just a tad. Although the punch and kicking are pretty good, yes, it is a little strange that sometimes you'll punch, but sometimes you'll kick. That can get a little iffy sometimes. Another thing that can be really odd is there are times that I swear I hit the jump button, but I didn't jump. That is really weird. The good news is if you die in a certain section of the level, you just die right where you start the level. And if you die at the boss, you start where the boss is, and you're a Power Ranger. However, though, if you're in Ivan Ooze's level and you die at the boss, you're back to your ninja outfit. Oh shit. So yeah, but outside of that, it's mostly a pretty easy game. You could beat this game in about 40 minutes. after completing all 5 of the bosses and Ivan Ooze's level, you fight Ivan Ooze himself. He can be a little bit challenging because he has this one move where he just throws you down, and then this annoying lightning move, but he's not too hard. He has one more form, but again, if you die, you just start right where he's at. So this game is really generous with the checkpoints, and I think that's a good thing. Imagine they made this game really too hard, it would just drive away a lot of people from enjoying the game. So I forgot to mention this game is also made by Tom Crate, the same people that did Power Rangers. And I just want to say this right out front. The music in this game is absolutely incredible. Seriously, this is some of the best Power Rangers music I've heard in a Power Rangers game. Rival to the Super Nintendo game and the Genesis movie game. It's so damn good. The boss theme is so amazing. It feels like it's a Mega Man game. Graphics, just like the last game, it's a Game Boy game, except just like the last game, you can also use the Super Game Boy, and it utilizes the color palette, which is really nice. Overall, I really don't see why this game got the mediocre reception it has. Okay, yeah, it may not be the best Power Rangers game out there, but it's definitely pretty solid. It may have some annoying things about it, but I think it's a well worth a playthrough. It's a fun game, and the music is really, really good. Best part of all, just like the Game Boy game, it's also really cheap to find. Very common Game Boy. It controls fine, the music's excellent, and the boss battles are pretty decent. So overall, it's a decent game. I still think the Game Gear games are superior, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie on Game Boy may just be right up there among some of the best Power Ranger games. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, because next time, we are now going to take a look at Lightspeed Rescue on Game Boy Color, and boy, you might enjoy that review. Good time. See y'all later.